Welcome to Sparrow Vision with your host, Dr. William Sparrow.
Thank you. I am your host, Dr. Sparrow. Welcome to Sparrow Vision Studio. I heard about this next story on Patrol Live, which airs every Friday night and Saturday night from 9 p.m. to midnight on the Reels TV channel. This story is so disturbing. Started out as a simple alleged shoplifting at a Walmart in Canton, Ohio. The officer was off duty, but he responded because he was close. As he took the two subjects back into the loss prevention office to interview them, he patted the young man down briefly. It was a simple shoplifting. That's it, a simple shoplifting. The guy turned his back toward the officer, and before he knew it, pulled out a gun and fired at the officer. Luckily, the gun misfired. He then recocked and tried to shoot the officer again. Again, it misfired. Over a simple shoplifting charge, he tried to kill an officer. Here is the story.
You're about to see is shocking. What started as a suspected shoplifting at a local Walmart took a terrifying turn when one of the suspects pointed a loaded gun at a Canton police officer and tried to shoot him. Now, the gun didn't fire. Nobody was hurt. News 5's Bob Jones shows us how this all went down and tells us a convicted felon is now charged with attempted murder.
A convicted felon. He's 21 years old and has already spent time in prison over drug charges. Definitely did not learn his lesson.
It all started at this Canton Walmart on Atlantic Boulevard around 1:45 p.m. Thursday. A veteran Canton police officer working an off-duty job arrested a man and a woman for suspected shoplifting and walked them back to the loss prevention office. It was in that office where the officer did a partial search of 21-year-old Shane Newman.
Got anything on you I need to know about? Why's your hand in your pockets?
It's not falling.
I'm gonna pat you down real quick, all right?
That's cool.
Nothing on you was gonna poke me, stab me?
The officer, who had placed his body camera on a desk, did some work on a computer while Newman and the woman sat on a bench. About 5 minutes pass, and then watch. The man leans to his right, pulls out a gun, points it at the officer, and pulls the trigger.
Hey! Hey! No! No!
What goes through your mind when you see that video?
It's harrowing. It's my
That is so disturbing. Over a simple shoplifting charge. And now, 21 years old, threw his life away and dragged this girl with him. Now, she's not being charged with attempted murder like he is. She's being charged with complicity to shoplifting. I hope they throw the book at this boy and put him behind bars to where it will be a very long time before he is released.
My heart dropped into my stomach.
Captain John Bosley says you can hear the click when the trigger was pulled, but it didn't fire. The officer appears to seek cover for a moment as a Walmart's loss prevention specialist grabs the gunman's arm and wrestles with him.
He then brings the firearm back up and attempts to shoot the officer a second time. The gun does not go off again. At this point, the officer comes back into the shot.
You can see the officer draws his gun but then holsters it as he gets the suspect under control. Captain Bosley says the actions of both the police officer and that loss prevention specialist prevented a possible tragedy. Bosley credits the officer for not using deadly force in a stressful and terrifying situation.
I believe
If there was ever a case of using deadly force by a police officer, this is definitely one of them. But the officer, with his training and caring about everyone involved, including the young woman sitting beside him, the other loss prevention officer in the room, quick thinking of both the loss prevention officer and the deputy using restraint and tackled him to the ground. saving his life. He should be thankful that he's going to prison.
You know, with the loss prevention officer right there in the line of fire, the best option at that point was hands-on.
Newman is a convicted felon and spent time in prison in 2023 on drug charges. He's facing several new charges for the Walmart incident, including attempted murder.
I mean, I don't know how you can process that any other way when you point a gun at someone's head and pull the trigger.
Bosley says the officer is now on paid leave to help him process what he went through.
And we'll see what he needs going forward, but he knows how blessed he was to have come out on this uninjured.
In Canton, Bob Jones, News.
Wow. It just upsets me what goes on in people's mind to go to the level of this young man. Like I said, not only for himself, he dragged this girl down with him. Now, she's not being charged with attempted murder like he is. She's being charged with complicity to, I think it was burglary or robbery, basically shoplifting. My heart goes out to everyone involved, the loss prevention officer who was in the room, the police officer who, it had to do something to his mindset. Very thankful. And he's going to value life a little bit more than he probably did when he went to work. I would like to know your comments. Share them with me on this video. Thank you for listening and watching. Until next time.